Shalom, balance, paradise, righteousness, all. We back up in the lab, and we gotta do it. We gotta bring another legend from the H Town in the building. I got with me none other than Hustlaz Stackin Endz, Swisha House veteran, and a plethora of other stuff we're gonna get into. Young Red, man, what do you do?
Man, I'm just building this future-rich thing, future-rich life, man. We got the whole clothing brand, we got music, we got artists, man. We got the whole gang, man. We just doing it big, man. It's 2020. We just trying to evolve whatever Texas created. We just trying to bring it into the future.
True indeed, sibling. True indeed. So we're gonna jump into the DeLorean and we're gonna go back in time, sibling. We're gonna go
Let's do it.
backwards before we go forward. So let's talk about the early years, man. Let's talk about the early years of growing up. Sunnyside, is it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Sunnyside is one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in the country, bro. And I grew up with my grandparents, man. My grandfather was born 1918, man. Young. He was an old grandfather. He really shouldn't even had to raise me at this point. He was done raising kids. But I grew up in the hood, man. It was real treacherous. I made my way through. I sliced my way through at a young age. I met Screw when I was like 13, 14. Um,
The legendary one, Rising
yeah,
Paradise DJ Screw.
yeah, man. And the first song I ever really got put on was a cat named Crime Boss, man, from Swisha
Criggedy
House.
Crime Boss.
Yeah,
That's the first
yeah.
time I even heard of your town. Isn't when I first heard that all in the game from
Because he from Sunnyside.
Yes, indeed, sibling.
And
Yes.
yeah, and so it's like he like 20 years older than me. So it's just like, he was the only one that had ever did something from my hood until me. And and it just was like, man, it was a breath of fresh air to be able to, get my voice out because I really didn't know I was gonna make it out the hood. I really didn't know, bro. And
So
I met Flip in high school.
did you so what was your did you always have, obviously, in with the culture of Houston and stuff, and the legends Keke, Fat Pat, and the list goes on and on and on. Did you
Yeah.
have a thirst for entertainment and music to actually pursue that as a career, or did you kind of stumble into it?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Look, my father and my mother did music, but she sent me a karaoke machine one day, and it had a Nate Dogg record to it called "Never Leave Me Alone." And I ended up making a freestyle to the instrumental. And I came back from school one day, and everybody on the porch, they was trapping and chilling. They was vibing to it. And right after that, that's when my legend started. That's when
Right.
it started. Yeah.
Scenery. Okay. Okay. So did it go? Was it basically in your hood locally, and did it start to get out a bit wider into?
Nah, okay. No cap, it was in my hood locally. Like all the boys around the way was jamming it. They started inviting me to like the older kid parties. I would freestyle. And then what transpired was me and three of my other cats, we put out a mixtape called Three the Hard Way, right?
Hmm.
And I drew the cover. I put it out. One day we went to the movies, a whole nother side of town, they was playing it. So I do a talent show at this high school I went to called Worthing, and I lost the talent show. But Flip was sitting on a speaker in the back, and he asked me what song it was, and I rapped it to him, and he took me to Hump the same night, and it ended up being As the World Turns on Hustlaz Stackin Endz.
Whoa. That's
Yeah.
fast. That's fast. Okay. Okay. So break it down for the siblings and the people them who don't know, like the members, yourself, Flip, AP, Hump.
Lil Head from Walt's Nest, Boss Hog, Poppy from the Grit Boys. Um, we was deep, man. We was deep. We was a whole crew. We was all from different neighborhoods, and I think kind of like the Wu Tang. That's what made it special.
Mm.
That's
And was
definitely what made it special.
was Hump the kind of foundation of all this? Because that's the kind of impression I get from across the water. Was he the
Nah,
kind
I'm gonna
of?
be real. The foundation was the foundation. Hump was the financial foundation for that at the time. Because you got to remember, none of us were grown. We were all teenagers.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So like we were all, I was hustling in the streets. I was hustling in the streets with my older brother Craig. Shout out Craig and the rest of the squad. AP was too. Flip was kind of like a sports fanatic. You know what I'm saying? He played ball. I played ball. That's how we started linking up. But Hump was like in the streets first. He was like a god in the streets at one point in time.
Right. Okay. 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 So when the how quickly between you making that initial tape via the karaoke thing and the record being done, was that like a quick period?
Man, it was probably, bro, I'm gonna be honest, maybe a year and a half or maybe a year. It was just like that, bro. I always had a feeling that shit was gonna blow if I did it. I just had a small hunch, and I think that was just God tapping me on the shoulder, telling me to do it.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because that was epic, man. I mean, what was the first H.S.E album that came out? Was it the self-entitled one?
The only H.S.E album to ever come out, well, except for like, second H.S.E album, Flip wasn't on it. It was called The Paper Route, but the first one was self-titled,
Yeah.
H.S.E Hustlaz Stakin Endz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like when that shit came out, we were the first ones in the city rapping how we were rapping, and especially we were young, so it brought us a lot of attention.
It was very different sibling and that soccer free. So soccer free. So what was that? Who was behind the soccer free thing? Is that Hump or?
Yeah, Hump. Look, they had like 10 artists. They had 10 artists before us, and they were all older artists, but none of them blew. None of them blew up. And then we came. It was just like the stars were aligned. It was different. It was just a different sound for the city, and we was young, man. And it was like we was rapping like just better than the rest of them. You know?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So it had a special vibe. Everything seemed to work at that point.
Yeah, the production was quite different. The as you say, the sound was different. The way the flow was, it was definitely a breath of sorts of fresh air. And
Yeah,
a
and
great
a lot of
addition.
people don't know. A lot of people don't know. We freestyled a lot of that. A
What the
lot of that was
album?
like off the head. On the Hustlaz Stackin Endz album, a lot of it was off the head, man. We really didn't write a lot. We was just really kind of like winging it.
And look, we that is still pumped to this day, 2020.
Still bump, man.
You know
Still
what I mean?
bump, man. It's a classic in the streets out here.
Definite, man. I mean, as you don't know, sibling, we got artists or allegedly artists who are putting out material, and this stuff can't hold a torch to some of this classic, timeless music.
Oh yeah, man. And it's just a blessing to be in a place in time, period, man. You
Mm,
know, it just and then like you bringing back real nostalgia vibes, so like we're just reminiscing about that. You know, it's crazy.
definite, man. And as I've alluded to earlier, on other broadcasts, H-Town paved the way and became a trendsetter, and it doesn't really seem like the H has really got the, well, no, I won't even just say H. Texas has got the credit for what's really taking place and the shape of the music industry today.
Of course, because they've took bits and pieces
Yes,
from our culture, like, and it's made it their own, like, man. So it's like they steal a wave. They don't never give us credit. Like people always talk about sipping surge, smoking big gas, candy paint, shit like that. But
hmm
then they'll put somebody else on the record. Like you got a song called "Too Much Sauce" on Future's album. Instead of putting Sauce Walker, he put Little Uzi. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, of course, man, of course. It don't
Yeah,
make no
like
sense.
ASAP Rocky, he really jacked H-Town culture on certain aspects, and he barely worked with Texas artists.
But who has he worked with from Texas?
Maybe Killer on Bun, but shit, like man, the city, man, we deep, man. The culture way deeper than that.
Definite, and especially some of the well, the
The
less
legends.
popular, the well, not even well, a lot. We can go legend for legend. Th- there's so many different names, man. 50 plus names we can go into legendary status, but they're just not getting the shine. Haven't got the shine on a major sort of level, global level. But
I think it's more than 50 legends though. I think it's more.
Oh yeah, I'm being very conservative with that number.
Oh
Very
yeah,
conservative sibling. Yeah, man. The
yeah,
names can just go on and on and on. I mean, every feature on the H.S.E album, you know, the whole
yeah.
s.u.c, the whole S.P.C. We can
Swisha House,
Swisha House, Swisha
Dope
Blast,
House Records,
exactly.
the
DSR.
Sauce.
Yeah, man. We can
Yeah.
go. We can go. There's so much flavor, man. There's so much flavor. Um, so for you,
hmm
who was the main people who you looked up to artist wise? Was it
To
just
be honest with you, man, like Lil Keke and Fat Pat were like my favorite rappers, right?
mhm,
Hands down in the world, right? And I was influenced by a lot of Fat Pat, the way he was like rapped about the cars and the women and the money, right?
mhm.
Um, Also Keke, how flamboyant and sure he was, and
Yes.
Big Pokey, and just listening to like Pimp C, like those four. C Note, believe it or not, because C Note I could actually like. C Note was like one of the youngest ones in the screwed up clique, but he had like the pistols. He had like the Bentleys and the Benzes and all this
Mhm.
shit before anybody.
Man.
Yeah. So
I
out of
mean,
all the screwed up clique members, like Fat Pat and C Note really was like living what they were saying.
okay. And um this is all off this off hard work in essence, you know, they're putting in that work
They were like,
musically.
was like C Note was a real street legend before he rapped.
Okay. Okay.
Fat Pat was too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Keke was a street legend too, but Keke, like, it really just knew the Don. Like, Don was like one of the best rappers in the city.
So there's been a lot of talk about the freestyle king thing. What do you see with that? I mean,
Honest, okay, look, this is my standpoint on it.
ESG, Kiki, the Don, and Flip.
I'm gonna be honest. Like a lot of rappers, there's a lot of rappers in the city that can really freestyle, like really, really go.
Hmm.
Like, like you could throw Killer in that bracket. You could throw me in that bracket,
Oh,
but
of
like
course.
I don't think me and Killer Calion really gave a fuck about a freestyle title.
And Chris Ward.
And Chris Ward, that's one of my best friends. Shout out Wody. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
man.
Like we didn't give a fuck about that. We just wanted to make money and get out the hood and change the fortune of our family.
Mm.
So, but Flip really wanted that title because that's what he was known for. But we all used to freestyle battle, and we all won freestyle battles, literally.
Hmm.
You know, man, me and Flip and AP, and we used to ride around and take turns kicking people ass in contests. Like, no
Sharpening the
bullshit.
sword.
Yeah, we used to like, man, look, who gonna get the prize money today? Oh, Red gonna do it, Flip gonna do it, AP gonna do it, Lil Head gonna do it. It was just different, man.
Yeah, man.
That was the
See,
culture, man. It was
exactly.
it was fun times, and even with the Swisha House, when I came to the Swisha House, it was just a free fall, man. There was no engineer. We had to learn how to record ourselves. We had to promote ourselves,
Mm,
arrange our own product, put it out. You know what I mean? It was different. It taught us how to be entrepreneurs.
yes.
Yeah.
It's all about those steps and stages, isn't it? As you say, everything that you've done, you know, previously has brought you to the stage you're at now.
Yeah, like when I left Sucker Free, when Flip left before me. But when I ended up leaving, me and Lil Ron, we ended up recording like at Game Face Studios with the Grit Boys and Hawk and Lil
Yes.
O. And this is where me and Paul really got tight. Me and Paul Wild really got tight. And we formed the 713 clique. Okay.
Mm, I
Me and
remember that.
Paul
Yeah.
and the Grit Boys and Lil Ron, Big Shasta, we formed this squad, but it started with me and Paul Wild. And then the Grit. And cause Scooby is from my neighborhood. From the Grit Boys, they're from my neighborhood. We grew up together, the Grit Boys.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was only right that we eventually did something. And we
Yeah.
ended up putting that crew together. And after we did that, everybody got deals except for me and Trey the Truth.
What
So,
what did you put that down to, sibling?
you say, what now?
What do you put that down to? Everyone else getting a deal, but you two, you and Trey. Was
Yeah,
that just not
yeah,
the right
me and
time?
Trey, me and Trey, like, and then Trey signed with Rap a Lot, and then right after that, we were doing the Slow Live Banging mixtapes, and that's when the Swisha House called me. right then.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that slab.
Yeah, slab, man. And that was a good experience, man. And it's like right then, this is where I started to realize that this shit was a business. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
It was like it started to be a business, and in business, the whole gang ain't gonna stay together forever. So everybody started like they had stuff they had to do personally. So Trey, he had to do him. I had to do me. The Grit Boys had to do them. I
Hmm.
had to take my talents to the Swisha House, and I became a solo act forever after that.
Mm.
And when I did that, that shit just blew out the water.
Definite, man. I mean, everybody is, as a collective, you're powerful, but as solo artists, yes, you're very powerful as well. So it's
Yeah.
it's I would say it's hard to do of sorts, being having, the camaraderie and all that, but to have that focus, that single-mindedness to say, yeah, man, I'm gonna put this
Oh
project
yeah.
out now. Um, Obviously back in the day, you mans were putting out like 23 tracks and all that kind of stuff, and
Oh man, we was doing like when me and Keke did the cost of living, we had 29 records on it.
damn.
And we did all those in one day. That's a fun fact. We did all the records for the cost of living. We did in one day.
One 24-hour period.
In a 24-hour period, we did 29 records.
One.
Now this is fact. We started at like I never forget. T Farris had a CD with like 40 something beats on it.
Mm,
And we rapped all day. Me and Keke just back and forth. He'll come up with some shit in one studio. I'm in another studio. We'll rotate,
yeah.
and then right at the end is when we did the Ride on Foes remix and Breaking Boys out with Slim. And we did all this shit in one night.
Legendary, man. That
Legendary.
definite, man.
Yeah,
Definite.
man, for sure.
So can you see these days returning? Can you see y'all linking up again, and because everyone's doing this solo thing, which is all gravy, it's all blessed,
Yeah,
but I
I'm gonna be
still.
honest, man. Like me and Keke we started to do the cost of living too, the price of fame. We took the cover for it and everything, and we just never got back around to it. But like I say, Keke is one of my closest brothers in rap, my big brother.
Mhm.
Especially since Hawk ain't around. Hawk is the only
Yeah.
one I ever respected besides Keke. Um, but like I say, man, like I can always call Keke and get a verse from him, but like full-fledged projects, I don't think the city is really like that close knit nowadays.
Mm.
Yeah, but everybody will come together for a song or two though, for
Oh
sure.
yeah, yeah. We see that. We see that. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's a pity, man. It's definitely a pity. I mean, what about some more collaborations in regards to like? Can you correct me? Have you done work with DSR and them?
Oh yeah. Me, Tom, Lil Ronnie, man. Them my boys right there. I fuck with Dallas, and those are my guys. I
Hmm.
just talked to Lil Ronnie earlier this morning. Matter of fact,
Okay.
yeah, he was showing me his 11-month-old he just had and shit like that. I just talked to Lil Ronnie earlier this morning, man. For real, man. That's crazy.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations to
Yeah,
Lil
man.
Ronnie,
Shout out
man.
Lil Ronnie, man. For real,
Definite.
5'3", man.
For sure.
Yeah, man. So yeah, but Dallas and Houston, like some of us, we real close.
So can you see more collaborations and stuff? Because I think for us old supporters, that's
Yeah,
what we're looking for, man. We want to
I,
hear
I
those.
really I really think so, man. I really think so, man. I know like with us, man, it's like when we cooking up the projects, the first thing we do is try to finish the bulk of the project before we get to dialing phone numbers and being like, yo, jump on this. Because you
Mm,
never know. Like sometimes they can't really get to it when you need them. But
yeah.
I believe I believe it could happen.
Okay. Okay. Fingers and toes crossed, man. That shit can materialize in the physical realm, man. We can get to bump some
Yeah, man,
some of
because
that
you gotta
there.
look, Texas is like a whole nother planet, bro.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother planet. It's nothing like Texas in the world, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing, man. And it's like this shit like coming out of space.
Listen. Texas is the great state, man. The Lone Star State. I've been
Yeah,
messing
man, the
with
great
Texas
state of
heavy,
Texas,
man.
man.
Definite, man.
That's why it's called the great state of Texas. All the bitches bad, the cars bad, the diamonds, you know what I mean? The sauce, the screw shit, the
Mm-hmm.
Swisha House shit, man, everything, man. It's just a whole culture, man. It's a different planet, bro.
Mm. Agreed. Agreed, man. Agreed.
Yeah.
Screwed the world.
He
You know,
screwed the world.
the whole world, man.
That shit crazy, right?
I remember listening, sibling. I remember bumping that 3 in the morning,
Yeah.
part
And see,
two,
y'all didn't
and
really did y'all even listen to like the earlier screw tapes?
nah, we only recently because we can't get there. We couldn't, you know what I mean? It's only a major because that got a major. Was that on Universal or something?
Yeah, man, because you gotta look, bro. The screw tapes before 3 in the morning was fucking classics. You know, like
Yes.
Who's Next with Plex,
Yeah,
P's
yeah,
and
yeah.
Q's, Headed to the League, Headed to the Classic, Hellraiser.
Mm,
You gotta, like, you gotta look at it like those, like these screw tapes was like epic. June
yes.
27th was one of the most epic, but it was a bunch of them motherfuckers.
That June 27th, man.
But it was a lot of those.
Mm,
I'm gonna give you one, man. Whenever you get time, man, go listen to a screw tape. It's called The Final Chapter, and it was Keke by himself. But that shit was classic, classic, classic.
the final. Oh, that's not like the Switch because Swisha House did a final chapter thing as well, didn't they?
Nah, listen to the DJ Screw, The Final Chapter, man.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you got to, man. You got to, man. Headed to the League with Big Pokey, man. That shit was hard.
Po yo.
Yeah, man. So it was just a different vibe, man. And now with like once the Swisher House kind of disbanded, man, like a lot of people don't know, like the Swisher House disbanded.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there are no more artists.
Why is that?
I
What?
mean, well, you got to look at it like all the artists coming through the Swisher House. Like I told you earlier in the interview, we were groomed to be bosses, groomed to start our own businesses.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that, siblings. But what? So in essence, they fail to replenish the talent. In other words.
I wouldn't say fail to replenish the talent. I think, man, once everybody like I left to start the futurist shit. Keke left to start self-made 713.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Paul Wall he kind of just was doing his own thing and he went with T Ferris. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And it was just like, and Watts, well, this is what people don't know. Watts only wanted to DJ at this point. He didn't want to be a record label exec.
Okay. Okay.
And this what triggered it. I don't know why, but this what triggered it. That's what triggered it. And then it was started a domino effect. But everybody was ready to boss up and become businessmen.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, shit was crazy, man. But I really felt like though, if we would have like if we would have stayed together a little while longer, we would have been like Cash Money or some shit.
Oh, definite, man. Definite. All the ingredients were there and ready
Yeah,
to be made. It was just waiting. I mean, wasn't Universal on in at
yeah.
one point? Yeah.
It was Asylum. It was Universal.
And didn't
And
Little J's got something to do with the Asylum, right?
who?
Little J.
Oh yeah. Cause like you gotta realize, wasn't no labels coming down to Texas. They was just letting all the artists steal our style. They wasn't coming to sign actual Texas artists. They were just letting people from Atlanta, people from New York, or somebody take references from Texas culture, and they would run with it. They was like, well, shit, if they rapping about it, why go to Texas? But but in 2000, from 2003 to 2008 was when Texas just bust in the door. You know,
Hmm.
we bust in the door, and
Yeah.
nobody had ever seen this shit that we was doing. They only heard legends about it.
That's a good point. That is a very good point.
It's like fucking seeing UFOs up close and personal, and then you just awestruck.
Hey, sibling, when I remember the days we're going back, but when I'd be jamming screw in the rides, and people, I'd go to one of my partner's houses, and you jump in the car and be like, what's going on with the song? How comes it sounds like this? And
You got to smoke a blunt first.
well, this is it. I'm like, just take your time, peep the thing, and then I'd say 40% of them would be like, nah, man, this is too slow. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. And the others would be, the 60% be like, yo, it was a bit strange at first, but yeah, man,
It
I
grew
think,
on you.
yeah, man, it grows. And then when Watts came with the chopping and all
It
that
was
there,
different.
that took it to a next level. That definitely
Yeah,
took it to another level. And I think
a
that
lot of
gave
it gave it
people,
flavor.
yes, 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 yes. Because to a point, it's listen to it just a straight screwed is cool.
But let me
But
tell you something though. Hold on. The difference was, uh, Screw was doing it in his house, man.
hmm
Watts had a full-fledged fucking studio,
right,
so naturally it would evolve. And
yes,
Watts is an engineer though. He knows how to engineer. Screw was just a real authentic DJ, a real DJ and a street nigga, just a
who
real gangster.
and created it in essence. Well, saying that, I stumbled across a video, and someone was alluding to some guy, a DJ in Florida, was was supposed to have originally chopped, well, screwed. Have you heard any kind of stuff like this?
Nah, that's blasphemous, bro.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm like,
Yeah, that's blasphemous. Screw music started in Texas, man. Screw. It was like the first form of music, new music in 100 years, man. It was all screw.
mhm,
You know what I mean? Like, Screw started that shit. Watts carried the torch. Him and OG Ron C. You
yes,
had a couple of niggas in between, but Screw was the beginning.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. In my eyes, as I said, I saw it, and I'm thinking, well, I've never
Hey,
heard.
it's almost like the Bible. In the beginning, there was Screw. You feel me? Yeah,
Yes, indeed.
yeah, and that's how it was, man. Then the stories, each rapper was a disciple. They took on to current day, man. This shit a religion.
That's excellent analogy, sibling. Excellent analogy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
For sure.
On somebody. Yeah.
So what's the deal with Crickety Crime Boss now?
I
Is
don't
he?
know, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Crime, he ended up signing with Flip. At one point, when Flip was more mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, my hood, Sunnyside, if you put like a shout out Flip, but if you put like a Clover G chain on and you from Sunnyside,
Oh,
that shit wasn't gonna work.
okay. Okay.
So me being from Sunnyside, and when you say Sunnyside, you got to say Young Red.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was like I was the hometown hero because I'm so for my hood. I'm
Yes.
so like I'm the mascot for Sunnyside.
Mm-hmm.
I could walk these streets if I was blind. You know what I'm talking about?
For
Yeah,
sure. For sure.
yeah. I'm the heart of Sunnyside, man. So it's just like, and it's one of the biggest hoods in the city. So with that, I don't know what happened with him, but I really could assume that the hood was not for that move.
Okay. So, all right then. So, what are the hoods that surround Sunnyside?
You got
Harm Clark?
South Park, Hersheywood, South Bank, Wayside, Northdale, Yellowstone, Third Ward, Hillwood, Cloverland, South Acres. Man, it's
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's different. Yeah, we
Mm,
right in the middle.
okay. Okay. Right. Okay. So, so have you got a relationship with Gangster Nip?
I'm gonna be honest, he's older than us, man. Like, he's real older than us. Like, he one of the originators of Houston, like, hip
Yeah.
hop, like. But
Uh-huh.
he's way older than us. But we used to like catch. We used to hear him. That was part of like South Park Coalition. We was like, we
Exactly.
wasn't rapping. We wasn't rapping then. We
Okay.
was little kids, little babies at that point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
So, but we fans though. But we
yeah,
respect
yeah.
it all. Like, K Reno is like a super legend.
one of the most underrated lyricists on the planet.
And I believe you though. He is, you know what I mean? I think with that pen, he's dope. I wish Gangsta Nip got around like some dope ass producers that could just create him a sound where he could be like Tech Nine damn near.
Yeah,
And you know what I mean?
yeah. You're right. I think after the second album, the production failed him. Um,
Exactly.
yeah. That's a good point. That is. That's a real good point. And now obviously he's Muslim now as well, so his content slightly changed.
Yeah, and my father's a Muslim though too though.
Right. So
Yeah,
what?
my father's a Muslim. I ain't no Muslim though. You know, I believe in everything, man. I believe in none of this shit is by chance. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
you already know, sibling.
Yeah, none
You
of
was,
this shit is by chance, bro.
yeah. She was
We
written,
didn't
man.
yeah, we didn't wake up. We didn't wake up flying planes, driving fast cars, wearing diamonds and shit out the random just because of a big bang. I don't believe none of this shit.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. No. There is a most high, there is a creator, and he created everything that we see today, man, through the
Yeah,
vessel of
that was the
man.
creator. That was the
Yeah,
creator.
yeah. You'd be an absolute moron to subscribe to that folly about
Well,
Big
you gotta look
Bang.
at it like this though. The Bible, like those stories, is only like 2,000 years old.
It's
You,
really,
you feel me?
yeah. I mean,
And human civilization go back way longer than that.
well, you already know, sibling, that you can't put a start date or an end date on the original man.
Yeah,
So,
you can't, man.
you know.
Just like the climate that we in right now. Look at this shit. You know, Trump basically like Lex Luthor. He fucked up the world. You know what I'm saying? This shit right out the comic books, man.
For regular, yo, listen, forget the comic books. We're living in a movie right here, right now, sibling. My this is a.
Fucking Lex Luthor, man.
It's. I mean, you would have never thought 2020. Remember when 2020 was first busting and you saw the hashtags 2020 vision and New
This shit a
Year.
video game, bro.
You heard one. You know what I mean?
Each level is different.
Exactly. Very much
Yeah,
so.
man.
You just got to be vigilant out here. I know I've spoken obviously to quite a few Texans, and they're telling me some people from the very get-go were just nonchalant about the thing. Um, you've got to be very weary and carefree out here, man. You know.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. So like, and now recently, man, like the futurist shit that we've been doing, it's like a renaissance. Everybody's like they catching on to this wave that we doing, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, but it's just like all of a sudden everybody jumped in a spaceship, and now they own this futurist shit.
Hmm. So get into some more detail about that movement, sibling.
All right, well, like you remember how I used to always like call myself Elroy Jets, and
Yep.
I had the far away covers, the mixtape covers, like with the planets and the stars and
Uh-huh.
shit. And I always felt like I was ahead of my time.
Right.
So far as Houston culture went, so now we in 2020, man. The shit that they talking about, I've been speaking this shit.
Yes.
I've been speaking this shit. So now everybody like, damn, Red the originator this shit. I was Future before Future, man.
Yes. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And so now everybody understanding now, like everybody understand. Niggas signing like me and don't even know it.
Nah, they
You
know
know
it,
what I'm
man.
saying?
They know it, sibling. They already
Yeah,
know
they
what to
know,
do.
but imitation is, it could be
Yes.
flattering.
Of course, man. You already know the thing, man. You know what I mean? Foundation thing. I mean, I tell you what, some of these real youngsters, man, some of these like millennial people may have not heard, so subconsciously, subliminally, they've taken on the persona of young Raid.
No, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, when you come to the city, it's either Red, Young Red, Future is Red. You know what I'm saying? They know everything. They already know, bro. You know what I'm saying? They know, bro. They like, but you know, in Houston, it's a pride thing. So instead of giving a nigga his flowers while he's here, they not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? But
It's
the world started bumping this shit. That's what happened.
it's the same thing across the world. That's not just a H-Town thing, you know. It's that they'll do that in England. They won't give you your just due while you're here. It's when you're gone, people realize, oh, they're no longer here. Let me, say the things I should have said or give the respect that I should have gave
Right,
when the
right.
person
Facts,
was here
facts.
in the, you know what I mean? So that's a hint to the wise should be more than sufficient. If people are doing good works, tell them that they're doing good works, man. You know what I mean? Put it out there.
Man, we
Um,
but like I said, like right now, when I started Future Rich Music Group, I started it right before the Swisha House disbanded. You know what I mean?
hmm
G Dash gave me his blessing. G Dash still helps me. He still helps me. I can still pick up the phone and call him. So does Lil Keke, man. Y'all actually should try to talk to him, man. Y'all should get at him.
Yeah, most
Yeah,
definite, man.
yeah. That's one of like without him, I think he polished me so much because like that was one of my idols, and to make a whole mixtape with him, I think that really helped me for what was next.
Mm,
And so now I got young boys around me that inspire me. And they also look to me for what's next because I am the future, no matter what niggas say.
hmm hmm
You know, I'm always be the future, man, because I'm always Aeroid Jet, man.
Definite, man. In the spaceship.
Yeah, man.
For sure. So how
Yeah,
many?
man.
So artist-wise, how many artists have you got?
I got a cat named Easy Money YFR. He just dropped a YouTube video called Finish Line. Go check
Okay,
that out. His name is Easy $YFR. The YFR stand for Young Future Rich.
blessed. We'll put a
Yeah,
link in that. We'll put a link in the description below for that video, most definitely.
yeah. Check that out. I need my man to get some views. It just came out.
Yay.
It
And
just
what,
came out, man. And
what
we also got another video for him called Flights in like 2 weeks, which I'm on that song as well. I'll send it to you later.
blessed. So what's the response? What kind of response are you getting?
Man, he got like a currency vibe, like a less vibe. He
Oh,
got that
okay.
kind of vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's more his area.
Okay, okay. And what kind of subject matter?
He's more like he like old school Buicks and Cadillacs and shit like
Ah,
that.
yes.
Diamonds and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he's a skateboarder.
Okay, so as you say, currency, that kind of currency flex, that kind of
Yeah,
style.
he got that. Yeah, he got that whole currency flex, man. Like it's real good vibes and shit. That's really like this new futurist shit. That's kind of really like the lane that it's in. More
Mm,
like the cool nigga spit. We
yeah,
talk that shit. We
yeah.
talk that shit, man. That cool nigga talk.
Yeah, definite, man. We'll definitely
Yeah,
help
I can't
promote
wait for
that
you to
there.
hear it.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. We'll definitely help promote that there and see if we can get them numbers up and get the viewership a bit more global as well, man, rather than, maybe just in the States and all that there. So definite,
And
man.
oh yeah, but in the meantime, y'all just go on my Instagram at the Real Young Red, man, and come support. Follow me. Click the follow at the Real Young Red, man. We need that.
Definite. Again,
Oh, also, brother, I have my clothing line, man. Future Rich Clothing, man. I know, man. That shit is jumping out the gym, man. So
yeah,
yeah, I gotta send you a pack, man. You gotta hit me with some addies.
definite, man. We got that. We got that, most definitely. And you
Yeah,
obviously global shipping with that there, right?
y'all ship that shit to the moon if they want it.
Yeah, man. So
You know what I'm talking about?
we are gonna have links down below for the website, for the
The
Instagram.
Instagram is Future Rich Clothing Company. You can find it on Instagram, Future Rich Clothing Company. And
Blessed.
yeah, and that's it, man. Y'all, man, just fuck with me, man. This shit gonna be bigger than right now. Wait.
Oh yeah, man. I'm confident, based upon your track record, and the quality which has been brought forth, and obviously from that great state as well. It's
Great
gotta work,
state.
man. It's gonna work. It
Yeah, man. I
always works.
appreciate you for having me, bro.
You're most welcome, man. As I said, many are called, but not many answer and come true this year, man. It's an honor. We have to have the legends on to give a little snapshot into their life, their world, how they think, what they're doing, and all that there. So honors, man. And I'll definitely reach out to Keke and that, and we're gonna keep this H Town series going, man.
And also too, man, y'all stay safe, man. You know, protect yourself during this epidemic, man. This shit is just unheard of, man. It's real serious right now. You know, y'all stay safe, man. But keep supporting Texas music. We gonna keep bringing this shit. I know I'm gonna do my part with this futurist shit. So, man, I appreciate your support, brother.
Honest, sibling.